So, here's the elevator pitch. I, being me, a human being, try to write a show by mainly using my weird, when I say show, I mean like sitcom. Let's start with sitcom. I try to write a sitcom with my pre-knowledge of all growing up in the 80s, 90s, and 2000s of sitcoms, all that weird knowledge that's stored in my brain. But I use AI to come up with the concepts, the characters, maybe the script, the setting, and all that to fill out the rest of the show. So how's that for an elevator pitch? A guy in his 40s realizes that AI is taking over the world. And as a creative type who've always wanted a creative job, that now everybody's going crazy because they're saying AI is going to take over all the creative jobs. Why not use AI to do all the hard work? And I could just sit back and do a little clickety clack on the keyboard, let AI do it. So that's what this show is. If you saw from the icon or the title or however you found this, thank you for finding this. Yeah, Dumb Test Slate. That title came from me just being bored at work, trying to look busy, and coming up with the idea for this. Like, there's always a seed in your head because I listen to podcasts. Thank you for listening to this podcast, whoever you are. And they were talking about, it's one of the tech podcasts I listen to, like a weekly tech show, Tech Radar. I can't remember. And they were talking about, open AI and chatbots and all that stuff. And I know a little bit of history of it and how it's like, not how it's built. I'm not that techie, but I know the concept of it. But I know they were talking about it previously with these chatbots and this AI. It needs a huge database of information fed to it. And then when you ask questions, when you try to look up stuff, when write code or write a script or whatever, it pulls from that huge database of information and it gives you an answer. So the one I'm using now is the OpenAI chatbot. And I gave it a simple pitch. I said, write a setup for a sitcom. And this is what it came up with. So I typed in my little setup, my question, write a setup for a sitcom. Here's what we got. Title, Roommates and Co. The premise, Roommates and Co. is a sitcom that follows the lives of 4 young adults who share an apartment in a bustling city. They come from different backgrounds and have unique personalities, but they all have one thing in common. They try to figure out how to navigate the ups and downs of early adulthood. So I'm pretty sure in some database of how this chat AI, this open AI, whatever you want to call it, was set up. I'm pretty sure it was fed a lot of episodes of Friends or like synopsis or scripts or something, or maybe just read the Wikipedia of Friends of like famous American sitcoms and it pulled this from. So here's the it also writes characters. So here we have the characters. Jack is charismatic and ambitious leader of the group. He's always looking for the next big opportunity and isn't afraid to take risks. He's a bit of a control freak, tends to dominate the conversation. So I don't know if that was based off of like a popular character in sitcoms, like just a combination of a bunch of like young, strong guys with dominating personalities in sitcoms. I don't know. But next up is Maya. Maya is the creative and free-spirited member of the group. She's an artist, a musician, and her bedroom is always cluttered with canvases and instruments. She can be a bit of a scatterbrain at times, but her quirky personality is what makes her so lovable. That's definitely Phoebe. This is the main thing I like. They got this from Friends. That's definitely Phoebe. She's definitely going to write a song about a smelly cat at some point. Then there's Nate. Nate is the quiet and introverted member of the group. He's a computer programmer and spends most of his time coding. He's a bit of a socially awkward, and has a hard time expressing his emotions, but his dry sense of humor always manages to get a laugh. I wonder if they like did that off of like they just put all the characters of the Big Bang Theory together, just came up with neat. Because I think it's getting a database of something like popular American shows, Friends, Big Bang Theory. Now there's Sarah, our last character. Sarah is the practical and responsible member of the group. She's a nurse, often works long hours, but she always makes time for her roommates. She's the glue that holds the group together and always there to lend a listening ear. Maybe that's like Nurse Jackie. I've only seen one episode of Nurse Jackie, so I don't know what Nurse Jackie actually does. But I don't think Nurse Jackie's like a sitcom. I think it's a drama. I don't know if they took like character archetypes and just combined a bunch of them, or just found ones that from a random show. Maybe there's some old random show. I can't, off the top of my head, think of any sitcoms with nurses. The only thing I could think of was that 70s show. The mom was a nurse. But this is like, all these characters are written as like young. They're in their early adulthoods. I don't know. So maybe she's like a nursing student. There's a plot also. I know you were about to ask, but yes, there's a plot. The show begins with all the characters moving into their new apartment together. There's no setup for how they met. From Friends, I remember somebody came in with a wedding dress to the coffee shop. That's all I remember. I don't remember anybody's names from Friends. I wasn't a big Friends fan. Okay. They quickly realized that living with roommates isn't as easy as they thought it would be. The first few episodes focus on the group getting to know each other. Maybe they're like taking stuff from the real world also. Like if there's like reality show things that are added into like whatever the database this is pulling from to create. But okay, I digress. Let me get back. As the season progresses, the group faces various challenges, from financial troubles to relationship drama. From Sarah and Nate time. Jack struggles to balance his job with his personal life while Maya tries to make it as a musician. Nate starts dating a new girl who doesn't quite fit in with the group, and Sarah deals with the stress of working as a nurse during a pandemic. So, I wonder if they're talking about like COVID, because COVID is a big thing in recent times. Maybe that's in a database somewhere, but I don't know if COVID is brought up in too many shows. I don't watch too many recent shows. I don't know. Okay. Despite these challenges, the group learns to lean on each other and grow closer as friends. They share laughs, tears, and plenty of memorable moments as they navigate the ups and downs of early adulthood together. Early adulthood, that's the first. Got to make them young, got to make them sexy. Okay. Overall, Roommates & Co. is a heartwarming sitcom that explores the joys and struggles of living with roommates and figure out how to make it in the world as a young adult. They got to bring up the young adult again. Young and sexy. You got to make it young and sexy. Hips, nips. Got to make it sexy or you don't eat. That was from Sunny in Philadelphia. But yeah, that's my first kind of foray into working with AI to create a show. Very basic. I'm gonna have to play around with it more to ask more specific questions or try different AIs. I know there's a lot. This is the only first one I knew off the top of my head, so I went straight to it. But there's a couple other ones that I've been trying out. There's a photograph one that I'm going to use to create random like photos from sitcom ideas to create like album art for the episodes of this podcast. Probably that's a whole nother weird avenue to go down. But yeah, that's the concept for the show. Hopefully me as a weirdo using AI can create something really weird and crazy. There's a lot of weird and crazy shows. I grew up watching a lot of weird and crazy shows. I am not a child, but I'll say a teenager that fell in love with like weird Adult Swim shows. I still watch it. With the internet now, everything on the internet is still a whole bunch of weird shows. But yeah, I'll see how weird I can make this chatbot or chat AI create a weird. I want to create something weird like Tim and Eric or Eric Andre show or something like that. See how weird it gets. But yeah, this is my first setup, Roommates & Co. I won't continue with Roommates & Co. because it's way too basic and just that. But I could probably spin around 3 times and find a DVD in a thrift store that's this same show. But yeah, like I said, this is the concept. me and AI writing a show. So we'll see how it goes. This is my first attempt. Thanks for listening, however you found me. I'll have to name my AI at some point. Who's going to be my co-writer? But we'll figure it out. Maybe he'll take over my brain and we'll rule the world as one hive unit. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe season 2. We'll do something like that. But all right. Thanks for listening. Oh, my name is also Kirk. I skipped over that part, but I'm not the real important. AI is the important. I'm just the voice. I'm just the voice of reason. I'm the human here. The AI is the important person. We'll come up with a name for them. But thanks for listening, guys. Bye.